I've been living alone for the past couple of months now, and here are some tips and tricks that I put together to make living alone easier. Let's get started. Starting off with number 1, make sure your family has a spare key to your apartment, or at least a friend that you trust, because me and my sister locked ourselves out of my apartment the first week that I moved in. And I know a lot of people say and I guess this only applies if you have a key, but the same thing with a code, like give somebody the code in case of an emergency. However, my sister and I were testing out the spare keys that we just made, and we locked ourselves out by locking all the keys in the apartment because the spare key that we got just didn't work. But make sure that a family member has a spare key to your apartment in case of emergencies and in case of you locking yourself out of the apartment. Number 2, make sure to clean your kitchen every single day. Just give it a good clean 15 minutes of your time every single day. Sweep, clean the counters. Make sure you are not leaving food behind, because one way to bring pests into your home is providing them with food. And I am bug averse, I am pest averse. So this is one routine that if you keep at it, especially if you don't like bugs, and especially if you live in an older apartment such as I do myself. But even with these luxury apartments, this is New York City, bugs are going to be invited. Make sure take 15 minutes out of your day. You just finished cooking, you just ate, you're washing the dishes, just give everything a quick wipe, or else the pests will follow. So that's a pro tip. It'll make your life easier in the long run. Just make sure, clean everything up. Do not give these pests any means to come into your apartment to live rent free. And they don't pay any rent. They just come here, they take over, they don't pay any rent. But that is a pro tip. 15 minutes out of your day will save you a headache in the long run. Number 3, you have to get over your fear of bugs. Coming from Madam Fear Bugs herself, living by yourself, there's nobody really here to kill the bugs for you. I had a ladybug story where I moved in my apartment in the summertime, and these 2 ladybugs, it started out with one ladybug, and then the ladybug went on and invited their sister ladybug. This ladybug had me sleeping under my covers for like 3 days at a time. I said, there's no way. This cannot happen. I have my line of defense for all the bugs. I have my Raid. I have my peppermint oil because, some pests don't like peppermint oil. I have this roach, I have this commercial grade roach thing that I saw on TikTok that some girl got. I will link it below because ever since I put that roach thing that she suggested in the corners of my apartment, no pests. Anyway, I have my line of defense for my bug issue because I am here by myself and nobody's gonna kill it. If there's a fly in your apartment, swat it away. Spiders are gonna be normal, flies are gonna be normal. You have to toughen up, get your line of defense together. If any pests come into the vicinity, you know what to do. But you have to get over your fear of bugs. Number 4, buy in bulk for non-perishable items, such as toilet paper, paper towels if you use paper towels, dishwashing soap, dish soap, bathroom soap. Anything that is non-perishable that you can buy in bulk, just buy it in bulk. It's gonna save you so much money, especially, they're saying that we're going to a recession, but if you can buy in bulk, do it. Obviously, for fresh items, you might have to go out and buy them on a need to eat or need to want basis, but buy in bulk when necessary. Number 5, what are you going to eat? Create a menu for yourself in terms of what you like to eat. And I actually came up with this when I lived in Ecuador, and that was really one of the first major I had to cook for myself places that I lived in. And I was just like, I need to write down a list of things that I like to eat, because at times I was forgetting, especially when I was going grocery shopping, because I was like, okay, I'm buying random ingredients. But if you write down a list of things that you like to eat, and I have a menu, I actually created it. I didn't create the menu at that time. I created the menu recently when I moved in here because I took the same mindset that I had in Ecuador and brought it to the States. So on Canva, I created a breakfast menu of breakfast foods that I like to eat, lunch foods that I like to eat, and dinner foods that I like to eat. I'll share it. But having all these major dishes that I knew I enjoyed to eat helped in terms of grocery shopping, because then I knew what ingredients I needed to buy. And now obviously you can try out new recipes whenever you want, but I think to have a baseline so that you're not confused when you come home from work, or you're sitting there saying like, oh my god, like I need to go grocery shopping but I don't know what to buy. This is a version of having a list, but it's more aesthetically pleasing. Create a menu. These are things that I like to eat, and this is what I need to buy in order to eat these things. So create a menu for yourself. It's gonna save you in terms of feeding yourself when you live by yourself. Number 6, create a home for certain things. And this advice pertains more to like the little items. Have a place for little items to go, or else everything's just gonna be cluttered and it's gonna be very hard to find things. I have a spot where I keep my keys, I have a spot where I keep my lip gloss, and I have a spot for all the things that I need to take out of my apartment when I am leaving my apartment. When I come into my apartment, I have a spot where I put my coats. If I have my umbrella has a spot. Having a place for things makes it easier to know where you place them, and in case somebody is looking for them for you, you know where it is, and it just keeps the place tidy and neat. Number 7, get yourself a first aid kit and a medicine kit. First aid kits are crucial. Like, I think since I've lived in this apartment, I've cut myself 3 times. And like pretty deep cuts too, because there was this knife that I bought from TJ Maxx, which was very, very sharp. But I've cut myself 3 times already, and I already know where my first aid kit is in my apartment. I went for it when I cut myself, but you need to have a first aid kit. This should not be the time where you're saying, oh my God, I need to get some Band-Aids. No, you should already have that in your apartment. And a medicine kit. A medicine kit is going to be crucial because you are going to get sick. That is one of the downsides of living by yourself. But ibuprofen, Tylenol, Dayquil, NyQuil. For me, I have allergies, so I have my nasal spray. I have allergy medication. Have these things on hand already purchased so that when it comes time where you are feeling kind of ill, you have these things already on you. It's not, oh, I have to go out and buy something from CVS. Just keep a medicine kit on you, because you're gonna get sick and something's gonna happen where you're gonna injure yourself. And in the medicine and first aid kit, add hydrogen peroxide to clean your wounds, because that's something I recently forgot and I recently had to go buy. Hydrogen peroxide to clean your wounds, or if you have alcohol in your house, well, I'm not giving medical advice. But have a medicine kit and have a first aid kit. Number 8. This one might be common sense, some might say. Do not let people into your home that you don't know. When I was doing the research for this video, just kind of brainstorming the tips that I had and the tips that other people had that I thought would be beneficial to include in my tips, because that's something that I thought of. Someone said, well, let people know of your whereabouts. Of course, I feel like you should always let people know aware of your whereabouts, but this one was very much common sense to me. But don't invite people that you just met to your house. They don't need to know where you live. I don't even like posting Instagram stories around my neighborhood because I don't want people to know where I live. Yeah, don't invite people you don't know into your home. That's insanity. And on top of this one, I know it was keep a weapon on hand. This one is to your discretion. It's not really part of my tips, but definitely to your discretion. I have a friend who's also currently living by themselves, and she was a bit, I wouldn't say paranoid is a word, because all her worries were valid. But yeah, keep something close to you. I do have a pepper spray, so next to me too, and it's next to my bed. It's not far away, so I don't know where it is. So that's up to your own discretion, but don't invite people you don't know into your home. Let's not do that. Number 9. Well, we're almost to the 10 steps. Not 10 steps. We're almost to the 10th tip. Number 9. Learn to enjoy silence, because you are in this space by yourself. There's nobody else living here unless you got Casper the Friendly Ghost out here with you in this apartment. Learn to embrace and love silence, because there will be silent times. I tend to either, if I'm feeling the silence mood, like real silent, obviously I won't have anything playing. But if I go on YouTube, I'll do the fireplace just to hear that little cackling of a fireplace. I'll do the apartment life DJs who do the DJ sets for like I'm a piano or something, just have some music around. But not every day. I feel like you need to embrace silence, especially when you live by yourself, because if you try to cover it up every single time, you're like this, you can't try to escape it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, you're constantly gonna have your phone on, you're constantly gonna have your TV on. Sometimes you just need to be in a silent mood, whistle, but learn to embrace that silence, because you're gonna have a lot of it, because you are here by yourself. Like I said, unless you have Casper the friendly ghost living with you, just learn to embrace silence. It's a part of life. I really enjoy it. I enjoy some solitude sometimes. Sometimes I'll just sit on my couch and I'm just like, wow, look at me in my own place. And then I appreciate it. The solitude brings gratitude. Learn to embrace the silence of living by yourself. And last but not least, definitely last but not least, number 10, enjoy decorating your space, right? You've worked so hard to get this space, especially in this economy. You've worked so hard to get this space. You saved up so much money. Really decorate the place. And there's cheap alternatives to decorating the space. Plants fill up a space by being relatively affordable. You can make your own artwork. Take the photographs that you've already taken yourself. Make a collage out of it, or blow it up and make it into like a big portrait. Decorate your space. This is one of my favorite parts of living by myself, and I am continually evolving this space. It's gonna take time. At first I thought like in 3 months time I was already gonna be done, mind you, because I started my Pinterest before I got this apartment. But I was like, yes, I know what I want this to look like, this to look like, and that to look like. And it's taking time. I'm enjoying every part of it, but it really is taking time. Yesterday, I went to TJ Maxx. Wow, not this week, no, TJ Maxx. I've mentioned TJ Maxx twice. I need to stop because it's not like I go there that much. Yesterday, I went to TJ Maxx and I found this not a dish collector, but like the things that you put your keys in. And I found one that I've been looking for one for a while now. And yesterday when I was at the store looking for something else, I just stumbled upon this. I'm putting it on top of my shoe cabinet and it looks so cute. And I was just like, if I rushed the process of trying to just like fill up space very quickly, I would not have found this thing that I love so much. I saw it today when I walked in. I was like, oh my God, I love it. And it took a while to get, and especially because I was very specific in what I wanted it to look like. And being specific about what you want something to look like and having the time to go out to every store to look for it, it's not possible. Also, these stores rotate things in and out. So something that was here last week is not going to be here this week. So you never know what you might fall in love with when you go to the store. But I'm just loving curating this space as my own. Like every time I walk in here, I'm just like, oh, I love this. Like this thing right here, this portrait, I got this from Etsy, and I wanted something vertical to fill up that specific wall. Finding vertical frames or vertical images is actually quite hard. I searched the moon and back for this thing, and every time I look at it, I am in love with it. The colors are so vibrant. I love the artist who made that. I'll link that below. I got it from an artist on Etsy, but this took time. This took a long time to get. If you made it this far, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching all of the 10 tips that I've learned about living alone, and I hope these tips help you in your journey while you set upon the bridge of I hope it helps you in your journey to live. I hope it helps you in your journey of living alone. It is not an easy process, but it is one that is worthwhile, and you learn so much about yourself. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.